G'day,
Hello there.
I'm Aussie Robbo,
I'm English Jen.
and on this week's episode,
A bit of a home vlog, a kind of home vlog for us. It's a bit of a mixed bag. We've got Christmas trees,
we have Sky Gardens
we have the Ivy Brasserie.
and Christmas Eve.
So please come join us.
So the tree has finally finished, it's up.
What are you trying to say?
It's like that, I don't know what it's called, the ceiling where it took like 20 years or something to paint.
Or the Tron light cycle at Disney. It's taking that long. It took me that long to get it up. This is the Tron cycle / Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot, but in our flat.
But at least those are going to get finished at some point in the future. So you started this tree about 7 days ago, is that right, Darren?
Yeah, so long ago. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to do it. We've gone for one tree this year because normally we have two, a Star Wars tree and a Disney tree. And because I've bought so many Disney ornaments this year from the sketchbook collection, which you can also see in our last video, our last vlog, which has the haul for Christmas and Disney Store. I underestimated how long it would take to actually put them all on and get them all balanced. So this year I thought I'd go for like a kind of, what would you say it was called? An attack the tree in sections.
Well, one of the reasons it took so long was because you're OCD, right?
Yeah, just a bit. I'm Monica Geller of this household. Please put the pen caps until they snap. It's like
Everything has to be in its perfect place
balance.
until it doesn't balance.
Whoa! Yeah, so the problem is a lot of these are quite heavy ornaments, so you have to kind of pin them quite high on the tree to actually get them where you want them to go, and that was proving difficult. But yeah, we've managed to fit them all on. We've got sections. We've got the Chip and Dale section. We've got the Up section. We've got the Toy Story section. What else sections have we got? We've got Mickey in his own section. Donald. A little bit of Goofy. There's not enough Goofy represented, quite frankly. Tinkerbell.
So Darren, the tree decorating has started. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of progress going on there.
After 2 nights.
What difficulties are you experiencing when you're putting some of these decorations on the tree? These wonderful decorations.
These wonderful Disney decorations, which we love and adore, is the problem is that a lot of them are very heavy kind of polystone sort of material. This is one of the lighter ones. This is one of the first ones we got from, we actually bought it in 2017 from Walt Disney World, but it was for 2018, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of them are quite heavy. I'm finding that these are really perfect because they're just clip-ons and they're very light, but things like that are literally like hanging a rock, and then they have a lot of length of ribbon on them, so you end up having to sort of pin them really high up to sort of sit halfway down, and it's a nightmare. It's like
First world problems.
Yeah, it is first world problems, but it's problems that I make for myself as well. So this year I decided to put on the non-Disney ornaments first, i.e. the baubles, and set it into quarters, counting them for each quarter, how many different baubles of each colour need to fit into each quarter of the tree, so it can kind of space it out so I know where to group things. I thought it was going to be easier. It's not. I've actually also grouped all the decorations by theme or film, so I've got all the Pixar together. I've got all the Chip and Dale ones together. So this year I'm not kind of randomly putting on, I'm actually putting them all together. So it takes me a long time to do a Christmas tree, and one of those reasons is I have to have the right shaped ornament for the right shaped gap. Rob's on the other end of this camera looking at me gone out because he knows that this is why it takes so long for me to decorate the tree. So for example, a long ornament for a long shaped gap. He has to live with this.
What are you watching on TV, Darren?
Real Housewives of OC.
Is this getting in the Christmas spirit?
Completely, because people bitching about each other who are richer than anybody we know, including ourselves, really puts you in that spirit. Can't get the skirt straight. But yeah, so it took me longer. I mean, I've been working this week, but that's no excuse. It's just got to the evenings and I just couldn't be bothered. And yeah, but we got it done eventually. I got it done eventually, and I'm kind of pleased with how it came out. It's very cheesy.
So what's your favourite piece on the tree this year? That's still in your mind.
My favourite piece was... So my favourite piece was the Cinderella, the pink blue dress argument that we featured in last week's episode, and it's where basically the two of them are fighting over what colour the dress should be, pink or blue. I say it was my favourite because we had a bit of a disaster as it fell off the tree when I knocked it earlier on this week trying to get some of the decorations up, and it smashed into smithereens. Insert photo here. So, couldn't be saved, and there's no more left in stock. It hasn't been for a while. So now my favourite from this last year's is probably still the Be Our Guest Beauty and the Beast one, where it's got everything happening in one ornament. It's just beautifully done. It plays a song, so it ticks all the boxes for me. But then my favourite is still going to be anything Chippendale. My favourite over all those is the campfire Chippendale, where they're melting marshmallows, burning marshmallows over an open campfire. What about you?
My favourite is probably the newest one of the collection, and that's Lotso. That I managed to secure, even though it's not an official Christmas decoration. It's some dodgy one that someone made on eBay, and
but it works.
Yeah,
and it looks good, better than I thought it would do. And actually, it goes really nicely in with the Toy Story ones, so it's nice having them represented. It's also nice for you to actually buy a decoration for the tree occasionally.
The tree is full now, which basically means there shouldn't be any more decorations, right?
You'd think so, but next year we're going to put bows on it. There's going to be more sort of generic decorations, maybe not as many of the Disney ones. And I'll start earlier. Maybe in January I'll start.
Isn't that what you said last year?
Yeah. Maybe I'll start in January with the new tree.
Finally, what about the base of the tree? Are you happy with how that turned out?
The base is lovely because what I do is I tend to fill it out with padding, and then I have boxes, like different size boxes, so we've got flat surfaces to put the statues on. And we've had the additional ones this year of the two Christmas trees, one Star Wars, one Mickey and the rest of the gang. And they're both really lovely. Both like to sing out a little tune, very different to each other. But it's quite a nice little gathering now at the bottom with little statues and maquettes. And also the lights are really nice that we got really cheap off Amazon, which are we bought originally for vlogging merchandise, but they've come in quite handy for this because they change colour. What?
So it is Christmas Eve. Your parents arrived today.
They do
in London,
Victoria,
and we took them to the Sky Garden first of all.
Yeah.
So what happened at the Sky Garden? We had a booking.
Yeah, we had a booking. It chucked it down in true London fashion. It's been dry pretty much all week, and the heavens opened as we crossed towards London Bridge, and we got there on time. There's a big long queue
outside, yes.
Yeah, which we had to wait quite a long time,
and they didn't really check your booking properly.
So you're supposed to have ID, your COVID passport, what else, and your booking, like your tickets, which have particular barcodes for each named individual on the tickets. They glanced at our COVID pass, didn't bother to even check it, scan it, whatever. I don't think they actually have anything to scan it. And then that was it. We didn't actually show tickets, we didn't scan tickets, we didn't show passports or ID.
No, and actually the security at the base were pretty stroppy with me as well about the camera. I had my vlogging camera with the microphone, and she started giving me grief, saying you're not allowed to take these things up. And I checked the website when I was up there, and actually it doesn't say that. It actually says some different stuff. But either way, yeah, the stroppy security at the bottom kind of started the experience off badly, and it didn't really
improve from there.
No.
They kept you quite a while as well, and we were waiting to go up in the lift for a while waiting for you, and it was literally like, what is the issue?
And then once we were up there, the actual terrace, the where you walk out onto, was closed because of conditions. The whole thing was wet, so it was obviously unsafe.
And inclement weather signs on both doors. So that was a shame straight away. Also, you couldn't actually get a good view from the glass because you've got the barriers for the terrace in front of you, so it cuts into the skyline. And then there's rain on top of the windows as well, which obviously distorts it.
The last time we went was about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe, and it was definitely a lot busier than what it was then. Right?
Yeah, which was kind of peak. We went in peak season as well, and it was busier there tonight than it was ever I've seen before.
Which is strange because obviously it's COVID right now, so you'd think they'd be limiting the numbers as opposed to making it overfilled or overcrowded.
I'd say twice more people than there were seats for the restaurants. Yeah.
What I will say is there seem to be a lot more chairs and tables and kind of places to sit than there were last time we went. So I'd say they actually doubled the number of seats. There's couches there now, and you can take your mask off when you're sitting down, even if you're not consuming a beverage, it seems like. Mm-hmm. But you're allowed to take your mask off when you're sitting down, and yeah. And there is a bar there. It was quite busy, but then there was quite a few people working on the bar as well. So that was, the pints of lager were about 6 to £8. Glasses of wine went from about £8 to £11, I think.
Yeah, this time we didn't bother getting any drinks. But yeah, we stayed there for about an hour or so.
Yeah.
Just nice opportunity to catch up. But we had a bit of a dinner date booked, so we were going to where?
So we went to the Ivy Brasserie.
Yeah, the Ivy Brasserie in Soho. There is another one in Kensington as well, which we've never been to. But we thought we'd go and sort of celebrate Christmas big time in a really nice sort of surroundings.
So briefly, how was the meal?
The meal was amazing. The meal, I mean, it's pricey when you start adding things up if you have cocktails, but the meal was amazing, and we had cocktails, we also had starters, we had main course, and we had dessert.
My starter was really good. I had the prawn cocktail. Your parents had the soup. It was kind of weird because it was brought out and it was just little bits inside a bowl, and we were like, oh, what's this? We had the soup in a separate dish which they poured around. So there was a bit of theatrics going on there.
I had scallops, roasted scallops, which were beautiful, perfect.
And then for the main, I had the truffle pasta, which was really nice. It's a very basic way of saying what I had.
Was it mushroom as well?
Mushroom and truffle, yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to go for that, but I ended up going for a good old favourite, is fish and chips. They do the best fish and chips I've ever tasted, and that beats Epcot's. In the UK pavilion.
And then desserts, I had sorbet, which was really nice, and you went for the snowball.
All three of us, my mum, dad and myself, all ended up going for the same one, which was a Christmas special, which was called a snowball fight, which was brandy ice cream, white chocolate, like a flake, and then lots of cream around the side, and then what else did it have? Oh, gingerbread as well inside, and then again theatrics. The Ivy Brasserie does really good theatrics with all courses, and this one, didn't stop. It was literally like they poured over white chocolate over the ice cream,
right?
And it's set, so it made an absolute case around it, so it was cracking in. However, Rob knows I've got a sweet tooth, and some of you might know I've got a sweet tooth. I was the only one out of the three of us who actually left.
You'd eaten quite a lot by that stage anyway, though.
Yeah, so. I'd eaten a lot, but it was really sickly for me.
So overall, your experience of the Ivy?
10 out of 10, because the service was brilliant as well.
It is a great restaurant. It is quite pricey, so it's not cheap. But no, it is a fantastic experience and great food, great service.
Worth going there if you just want to try one course, though, like a main course. Fish and chips, go there and try it for a special treat.
Even just for a cocktail.
Yeah, cocktails are brilliant. Cocktails are really varied and beautifully made as well.
And the Sky Garden, not the best experience. Maybe not the best time to go right now.
No, but we will be going back because we want to see it when it's brighter days, drier days, and we might even try and fit in one of the restaurants at the Sky Garden, because with those you don't actually have to pre-book the slot, which can be quite hard to get. You have to book like 3 weeks or more in advance. So yeah, next time look out for us going to one of the restaurants there, and hopefully better weather, better views, not as busy.
And to finish off, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the viewers who have watched on our journey so far.
All the subscribers, everyone who's liked, chatted with us, commented. We really, really, really have had a wonderful year with all of you, and it's been great to interact and meet new friends. Hopefully get to see more of you in the new year when we start travelling overseas.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Take care and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.